Hello everybody, and welcome to Let's Play The Legend of Grimrock. We're currently about, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through the first floor. We're going to finish this floor in this episode and do a little bit of the second floor too. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so this is our second type of enemy. This weird fucking crazy plant dick monster thing. We're going to kill it as quickly as we possibly can. It's actually not that dangerous. It did make me poo myself the first time I played this game. Can I segue that into something else I want to talk about? Okay, yeah, I can. Right. Something else that might make you poo yourself while playing this game is... so we're out of energy on that. Is using something called the Oculus Rift. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a head-mounted display, right? It's basically goggles you wear on your face, like over your eyes, and these things put basically screens, little screens in front of your eyes that fill your entire screen of field of vision. Old things like this, you know, like the Virtual Boy and stuff, used to only fill a tiny bit. So like you'd put the goggles on and then you'd see like a screen in the distance, for example, and then it would be really annoying. It like wouldn't be that immersive. But I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's a new device that had a Kickstarter recently called the Oculus Rift. It was made by a guy called Palmer Luckey. That is basically virtual reality for games done at an affordable price that everyone's really excited about, like very, very excited about. And I bought one of them a long time ago. Basically, after the Kickstarter, they did like a pre-order session. He's going to kill me if I'm not careful. They did a pre-order session for Oculus Rifts, and I bought one because it's just been exciting me so much. I know quite a lot about the technology and stuff because I've been looking at it quite a lot recently. Thank God he died. Jesus Christ, let's rest. So I bought one back then, and it's due to come out in March or April. And some of you might have been wondering what I'm hoping to do with the channel, like going forward, not after Guild Wars, but alongside Guild Wars. And a lot of you have been asking for other non-Guild Wars stuff. And I guess this is kind of the start of it, but I want to start doing constant side LPs on the channel from now. I don't know whether I'll be able to stick to that. You know, things have been a little bit patchy recently, but... Oh my God! Hello. Jesus wept. I thought you were all dead in there. Fuck. But basically my idea is I want to do lots of side LPs. And because in March or April, depending on when it comes for me, I will get an Oculus Rift, my intention is to start doing Let's Plays with it. In the link to this video, in the description to this video, you guys will have to ask me if I forget. I'm going to leave a video to a guy playing Half-Life using one of these things. It's incredible. It is utterly fantastic. It doesn't just put a screen in front of your eyes, it also tracks your head. So if I were to look left in real life, the game pans left to real life. So you know in like FPS games and stuff where it will go into a cutscene like after an explosion, like you've just got out of a helicopter and you're like on the floor and your character goes like, oh, what's going on, where am I? And then like your gun comes up on the screen and then you're in control, right? You know, like that just general movement as if it's real life. Like, in the Oculus Rift, that is how I'll be looking around. I'll be actually using my head. And that kind of fluid, real-life motion is what you guys would be seeing in LPs of me playing that game. And I think that'll be fantastic. Like, the immersion is just going to be ridiculous. And one of the launch titles for it that will be ready as soon as it comes is Doom 3, which, as you guys might know, is a horror game, which is going to be awesome. Because I haven't played any horror games on my channel before, but I'm a big fan of them. They scare me shitless, and I think it would be really good to start doing some horror games LPs with the Oculus Rift. So... yeah, and there's many other games as well. I could talk for a long time, but we're playing Grimrock, so I'll ignore that for now. But that's my plans for the future, and this is one game anyway, to bring it back to this. This is one game I thought it might be quite good for. Anyway, we pull the lever, and we grab the orb, and we can leave. But, whoa, what was that we just saw? Huh. Doesn't this brick look a little bit different? So there's not just one type of loose brick. You might have seen that and been disappointed earlier and thought, oh, there's only one type. There's not at all. And there's not only one type of art style and stuff. This is an indie game. I think it was made by 4 guys, so do measure your expectations according to that. But it does change from floor to floor to floor. But this is another type of button on this floor, so we can click it. I don't know if you guys heard that, but something happened. So we can look around. Oh, look, there's another door over here. Brilliant. So there you go, secret found. That's secret number 2 for this floor. Sorry, secret number 2. So we're here. We're very close to the start. Actually, look at that. That's really weird. Close to the start secret. I'm only writing this for the video at the moment. This isn't actually going to help me. Later on, the notes will help me. But there we go. Okay, so we got a dagger. It's all very simple right now. So right now, Natalie's got a knife, which gives us attack power of 5. It's got a speed of 16 and it weighs 0.8. Or we can equip a dagger now, which we need the skill daggers to use, but it gives us attack power of 7. I think that just means actually it scales damage according to daggers if I take that skill. It also gives me accuracy plus 5, so it's got more attack power, and it gives me accuracy, and it's got more speed. So, I mean, and speed means how long it takes before I can do something else. You see how it's blacked out right now? Speed affects that. So the quicker your team, the quicker you can just keep stab, 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 stab. And that's what I'm hoping my frontline rogue can be. On my original playthrough of this game, I played with 2 soldiers, but this time I can go with 2 rogue. I'll go with a soldier and a rogue, so we'll see. And both of the soldiers were relying on surviving through vitality. She's going to rely on surviving through evasion, which would be pretty fun. So there we go, yeah, we get that. We also get some weird stuff here, cave nettles. I think Arachnia is going to be our alchemist. Yes, there's potions and stuff in this game. We'll get to that on later floors. I don't remember much about it. I remember it was reasonably useful, so there's that at least. Right, okay, so we've got secret number 2. We've got 2 gems too, and we have a weird face. Let's look at the clue again. Heal my sight. Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? We're going to throw 1 blue gem in that eye. 1 blue gem in that eye. Ah! And that guy. Okay, no, he doesn't actually scare me anymore. After having played the game the first time and through the practice let's play, and now here, yeah, he doesn't scare me anymore. But this fucking nuts guy comes out. He hits a lot. Like, he's pretty dangerous and he's pretty tanky too. Get used to them though. There's a lot of these enemies in the game. I got a pretty well balanced team, I think. I was looking on the forums before this about what could help and stuff. Like, as I said, I wanted to run. I don't know if I said actually, but I wanted to run 2 mages in the backline because Liz is a mage in Guild Wars, as is Arachnia, but it just wouldn't work. Like, it's because of the way the spell system works. Later on, what if I want to cast a complicated spell that's, you know, like 4 icons, and then I want to cast it on her as well because she can't do anything else? It's just too much clicking. It's ridiculous. So anyway. And obviously that spell fizzled, A, because I don't know it, and B, because that's probably not a real combination. I don't know how many glyphs or icons or runes you can pick at once, actually, in the end. I know that all of them isn't a spell, for a fact. You can precast, though, like I can set that up. So next time, I can just go bang, you know, I can just cast straight away. Anyway, we've got a shield from this guy, and we also got a legionary spear. As I said, thrown stuff is a bit poo, so I'm not going to use that. But we can instead use a spear. Now, this is a weapon which has range on it. You see how it says it's a reach weapon? This means we can attack people from the back. Being a reach weapon reminds me a lot of like FF10 and like Kamari having like piercing weapons. I don't know why. But so yeah, we can give her a spear for now until eventually she gets like a proper crossbow or a bow or something that's actually worthy of her talents. So we can have that for now. And we're going to move forward. Now, what is this? Is this the end of the floor? Yes and no. We've got a scroll here, which we can read. Now, scrolls are actually used as scrolls in this game. They're not like weird consumables or anything. You just read them. Like that spell scroll we had before, you just read it to get the information, and then you either keep it because you might forget or you throw it away. It's the same for all of them. So here's another scroll. But obviously they all have weight. They take spaces in your inventory. You need to decide whether you want to keep them or not. So this scroll explains what doors of iron are, which is what we were just looking at. Great rewards can be found behind these doors. To gain access, look carefully for small details and use your wits. Okay, so every floor in the game has got an iron door. My first playthrough, I've got to be honest, I didn't get all of the iron doors. I found some of the puzzles so hard, I couldn't get the iron doors. Like, it just baffled me. It really did. But I know most of them now, and as I said, I've got a test playthrough going. I do want this to be a full, proper, you know, LP, informative, so I will be getting all of the iron doors as I go through. It's not going to be, like, blind and me figuring them out on my own, unless, like, I don't know, the direction changes later and you guys would prefer to see that, but I doubt it. So anyway, this just teaches us what doors of iron are. And we're going to have to try and get in this one. Now, this is floor 1. Everything's been pretty simple up until this point. Let's have a look around. Well, straight away, you know, anyone can see that. There's a button here. What did that do? What did the button do, guys? I don't know. Okay, I actually can't remember. There's another button there. Oh yeah, okay. So you just have to press 2 buttons. That's all it is. So you press 2 buttons. You get into the iron door. Third secret. That's 3 secrets out of 3 for level 1. You can see the map is fully filled in, except this tiny little doorway here. And what do we get here? We get a whitewood wand. We also get another scroll. I'm going to give that to Arachnia. This magical staff is a powerful weapon when wielded by a potent mage. I actually can't remember at the moment how that kind of stuff works, but we'll see. So I'm just going to throw that torch on the side because it's gone out. And we're going to put the scroll on the side too. We're going to pick up this whitewood wand, energy +5 for equipping it, and it says a beautifully crafted wooden wand that can be used to channel a wizard's energy. So we're going to throw that into our right hand here. No, we can't. Why can't we put it in our hand? See, I don't remember how this shit works. Oh no, okay, so required skill spellcraft 1. Okay, so because of character creation, I didn't give her any spellcraft. We're going to have to wait for her to level up before she can do that, and that will happen soon. So we'll leave that for now, but then we'll give it to her afterwards. That will give her more energy, more chance to spam spells, and longer fights against multiple targets. Oh, and what is this? Okay, so this is something else. We can pick up this scroll to teach us too. It's quite a good kind of tutorial. Touch to regain health and restore life. This is a save crystal. Classic Tomb Raider style, or many other games. Save crystal regains absolutely everything of you, cures your negative conditions, everything. They're really nice, but they're rare as shit. I have a feeling that the devs, they wanted to leave it as an option for people, but I have a feeling the devs kind of anticipated some people to play this game and only save using the save crystals. Ridiculous. I'm sure it could be done. I'm almost half tempted to do it, but I know it gets quite hard on later levels as you go deeper down. Are just unbelievable. You can save at any time in this game. You can go click save game, but there we go. That's not a save crystal. Conveniently placed for us at the end of the first level. So there you go. We got one more scroll here, sorry, which is a spell. Scroll of Poison Cloud. If I'd made her an Earth Mage at character creation, then perhaps she would be able to use that, but she can't. We might give her that soon enough. On my test run, I did have 2 mages. One was an Earth Mage, one was a Fire, and Liz was the Earth, and she got to start casting that. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun just to nuke people with fireballs all the way through the first floor anyway, but hey. The game lets you do a lot of different stuff, but it's never really that punishing on you if you make like really bad decisions. Like, you will struggle, but it's not, you know, terrible. And now I'm just spamming through screens accidentally. Right, let's go downstairs. Right. Okay, so this is floor 2. I do plan on ending the recording here, but I do also want to level up too. So let's see what we've got just before we close this one off, guys. We've got some barrels here. As you can see, mainly... Oh, what is that? Can you see that there in the side? I think it's just a snail. I don't fully remember. I only played the... I only played the first floor on my test run. I played a tiny bit of this floor, but then after that... I didn't go much further. So the idea is I'm just going to like test run forward, make sure I know everything, then come on and play. Right, okay. So Natalie just leveled up. You gain experience depending on if you actually use an action on an enemy. And then when they die, whoever's using action. So if something dies kind of too quickly for other people to use a skill or something like that, I believe is the way it works. Or it might just like give you experience every time you use an action on someone. So whoever you neglect to use actions on most, that's going to be the person that kind of levels up slowest, I believe. And that might be why like top left always levels up most for me because I do it in order, and bottom right levels up least. But then the reason why I have a mage on the bottom right is because usually they have powerful spells, so I'm more inclined to use their abilities first. And you know, there's I don't know, I quite like this game because there's a lot of like weird psychology stuff you end up doing. Ah, another snail. Hello. So one tactic you can do, if we piss them off. A big part of this combat system, honestly, is moving around. Aggroing things, hitting things, and then hitting them again before they can actually damage you. Taking the time to recover. You'll see me do that a lot. It might feel kind of cheap in some situations, but it usually is cheap, honestly. But the game's kind of built around that premise, and like that's a big thing of the game. Like the encounters you find will be balanced around that idea. So you'll watch that. Anyway, we killed the second snail. Everybody's leveled up now. Natalie seems to have more of an aptitude for leveling up. Maybe it's because she's a human, I'm not sure. Okay, so, right, let's have a quick look at character sheets before we do. So, we don't just have an inventory tab on our character screen. We also have a tab here, which gives all of our stats, bang, all of them right there. So, the amount of experience we need for another level, our health, our energy, strength, which determines how much damage we do, dexterity, which determines how quickly we can dodge, vitality, which determines our health on level, and willpower, which determines our energy gain on level, and then the stats themselves, protection, evasion, blah blah blah. Then resist to specific elements, which again I almost said elementalist, which mages can like trait themselves. Like you can spec a mage to only give you like defensive stuff, and in those cases these stats can be really handy. Like you're going to fight different elements as you go through. You got food, you got load, and then you got the different amount of damage you do in your left and your right hand. So that's your stats. You've got your inventory, you've got your stats. I'm not often going to look at this on the LP, but this one I will. Then you've got your skills. Every time you level up, you gain 4 skill points, which can be spent in various trees. You get a different tree depending on what class you chose. Now this guy's a fighter. This person's a rogue, this person's also a rogue, and this person's a mage. So they have different trees. And depending on what tree we go in, they're going to be different. Now him, I want to be kind of tanky. I've not decided what weapon set I want to go into first. Maybe you guys can tell me. I don't know how long till I record the next session. But maybe you can tell me. Maces, swords, or unarmed. Which one do you want to do? Or axes, sorry. Like, there's 4 different choices. There's loads of gear in the game for soldiers, so I should be fine. But I'm going to go into armor for now. If I go another point into armor, can you see here it says... I'm using my real life hand right now instead of the mouse cursor, because if I move the mouse cursor it will get rid of this list. But can you see it says at level 2 we gain this ability, at level 5 we gain this. So if I go to level 3 in armors right now, if I spend another skill point, I don't actually get any benefit. I don't get any benefit till I go to level 5. So you have to be kind of careful where you put your points and when. Like, it would be pointless for me to then, you know, I could put 3 more points into this and get a health plus 10. But if I go... If I then put them all into axes, I wouldn't get any benefit at all, because I've got to be at least level 4 before I get strength from that. Do you see? So I'm just going to pile these all into armor. So I've now got 1 protection and an extra 10 health. So if we look at my stats here, I've got 107 health, while Natalie's only got 47, and you can see how this goes. And Arachnea's only got 32, which is crazy. But these guys have really high dexterity anyway, so they'll dodge a lot of attacks, which is fine. Which means they're not going to take any damage at all. So there we go, that's his spent. Right, now Natalie is going to be daggers and also dodge. I'm going to put 2 more into daggers to give me a bit more dexterity, which then helps me with dodge, funnily enough. And I'm going to put... See, and now it doesn't matter which one I put it into, it's not going to give me anything. So instead I'm just going to go straight into daggers, because at level 10 there you can see I get stab, which is a precise attack that deals double damage, so I want to do that. So next level I'll be able to put another 4 points into daggers, and hey, then I'll get stab. So that's cool. Now let's go to Liss. Now Liss is going to be like a missile weapon. That's what I decided I wanted it to be, so... we can go another 4 into missile weapons to give her more energy to help her use these things. And then at level 12 we get quick shot. I'm not entirely familiar with all these trees, so we'll kind of learn this as we go, I think, a little bit. Probably also want to go into dodge with her, probably. I don't want to go into dodge with both of them, though. I kind of want to go into assassination with her. But maybe that wouldn't be worth it, because level 12 is assassination. Level 12 lets you use melee weapons from the back line, which means why would I want to go missile weapons at all if I could then use those? So maybe that's not a good idea. I'm just going to go with another 4 in missile weapons for now, and we'll deal with that as we come. And lastly, Arachnea. She's already 3 in fire magic. If we go up to level 6, we get resist fire, which is nice enough. But I want to go into spellcraft here, because by going into 1... Even though if I go 1 spellcraft here, it doesn't seem like we get anything, because obviously we need level 2 for the willpower. But don't forget that we have an item here that required level 1. So it's not everything that's on the tree. A lot of equipment also has different requirements. So anyway, now we can equip the wand. It will give us extra energy. You can see my energy is now not full, which is quite cool. We do have 3 more points to spend, though. I think I'm just going to put them again into fire, because then at level 7... we can learn a new spell as long as we figure out what runes we have to cast. And by doing that, we can either mess around and experiment for ourselves, we can cheat and look online, which I might do, or we can wait until we get the scroll actually in-game and learn off of that scroll, which might only be on like level 3 or 4, so I don't know whether that'd be worth it. Or we can go 3 into earth magic here and cast that earth magic spell. The poison spell, which I might do just for a bit of flavour. But then that kind of, I don't know, that might make me suffer later on in the game. No, I'm going to do it. Okay, so we can now learn this earth magic spell here. There you go. So a poison cloud. That will poison people. I can use that on my first turn. Anyone on that block. And then I can start nuking them afterwards. You see, and I'll be getting all the damage kind of stacking and ticking off of each other. So there we go. Right. That's all I don't know. I don't know whether I should go much further. We can use our new skills to kill something, I guess, later in this hall. And then we'll call it there, guys. I know I didn't do proper intros and outros for this. I'll probably have to fake them and put them in later. So we got a locked door here. This is kind of blind right now. Like, I didn't do a test run through this bit. We got a rock. Got a door that's locked with a lever here. And my Twitter's going off. I'm so sorry. If anybody uses TweetDeck, I am so sorry. And this... hello. Hello. Okay, so these guys are annoying. Actually, I did play to this point. I do remember playing to this point. Oh, no. Let's just go. Let's go. Yeah, let's poison him. So those guys are ranged attackers. Things get more complicated than what we've seen so far. It's been pretty plain sailing for floor 1. Oh, Natalie is so low. We're meant to dodge stuff, and I'm not dodging anything because I'm rusty as shit on this game. Oh, Natalie died! What are we going to do? I guess we'll find out next time. I'll see you next time, everybody.